A hotelier is actually creating a new type of hotel. That's right. She's creating a woman-only hotel. Only female guests allowed to stay. Why? Because she's tired of men. She's tired of dudes being dudes. So she's opened this female-only bed and breakfast. It's a sanctuary for women who don't have to deal with obnoxious dudes. This is, by the way, in China. So don't worry, don't get upset. Unless you're in China, in which case that I don't know. But she's identified only by her surname Liu, and she's told Sohu Qian Lian on July 8th, which I believe is a media outlet, that she made the decision after a female guest at another of her bed and breakfasts had a fling with a guest who turned out to be a con man. So let's leave that aside, but here's the story. She owns 4 inns in Lijiang, and she said that the female guest was taking a holiday in March to heal from a previous relationship that ended when she encountered a fraudster. So when the two of them left Lijiang together, the man hadn't even gotten off the plane when the police arrested him, and she found out he was a scam artist. So I guess this woman went with him. The whole situation left the girl shaken, and it was very daunting. So this is a shorthand of what happened to her. But basically, this poor woman met a con man in this other woman's hotel, in Liu's hotel. And Liu was like, that's it, I'm done with men. So she wants to protect women like this woman who wants to protect Lijiang, the tourist destination, romanticized as an idyllic town where people fall in love. She wants to protect it from becoming known as a hotbed for sleazy encounters and guests taking advantage of others. She's in it for the romance, people, okay? Now, there's been a lot of mixed opinions, of course, over in China. Some are praising her, others say it's not fair, saying we need male-only holiday locations, kind of like we need a Spike TV as opposed to everything else, which is dripping with misogyny. Here's some comments from the social media platform Weibo in China, a couple of them. That's great. Multiple options, especially suitable for solo female travelers. And then, are there no fraudsters among women? Ooh, actually, alternatively, you could start a place that only accommodates male guests, but then your establishment would get backlash and criticism. This boss is great. It's not just about money. They're also thinking about their guests' safety. So, what do you guys think? Here, apparently, and look, this has to have been the straw that broke the camel's back. This is a hotelier who has seen a lot of dudes hitting on women in the lobby, in the bar and whatnot, and was like, that's it, I'm gonna take action. I, for one, kind of love it. I think it is very intriguing, and for sure, if you're traveling alone, I'm a comic, a lot of female comics travel alone, right? It makes you feel far safer if it's a woman-only hotel.
Yeah, so look, first thing I have to say is let her go, let her go. And I'm gonna get to maybe a little serious commentary in a second, but first a bunch of nonsense. I like how, as we were telling the story about how the dudes are banned, we had pictures of dudes, like those guys, they're the ones that are banned. You know, it was random.
They looked quite distraught.
Yeah, they did, they looked like, oh God.
No, he's a little happy about it.
Okay, yeah, he's happy to be banned. He's going to males only one. Okay, speaking of which, like, you really, is that a thing we want? Hotels that are males only? Why do we want that? How does that help? I mean, it might help some folks, but okay, kind of a weird request. So this is China, not the US. In the US, you can't deny service based on factors like this. And I get why, and of course we can't do that. But I wanna make an exception for women, okay? Now why? Why do I? And in China you can, so let her go, let her go. Because guys, come on, keep it real. Are you going to a bed and breakfast and having women hound you all the time and hit on you and run scams on you? If you are, then tell me the name of the bed and breakfast, okay? Because that's not a thing that happens that often, okay? Whereas guys doing that, keep it real, it happens a lot more. So some women want safe spaces where they're gonna go enjoy their vacation without cheesy dudes constantly hounding them. Seems like a perfectly fair request, right? So, look, everybody's got their biases and stuff, and the con man thing was kind of out of the blue, right? I mean, hitting on people, but I get, but con men. But you never know, because so when I got married to my wife, who's from Taiwan, first question all of her relatives asked is, does he sell ice cream? Because apparently in Taiwan, there's a bunch of Turkish ice cream vendors. Who knew? Okay, she's like, no, he doesn't sell ice cream. And then the second thing that her dad asked.
They were like, "Aw."
That's right. The second thing her dad asked, and they're all well-meaning, and her dad's a wonderful person, was, is he a con man?
Oh.
Okay, she's like,
Wow.
what? It turns out that I think it's in his building, or it was another relative, I don't remember. But there was one Turkish guy that they'd ever met, and he ran a con on some poor woman that was one of their neighbors. And so they're like, watch out for the Turk. So it's random stuff like that. So should you then ban all Turkish guys? No, of course not, right? And it depends. On the other hand, I saw a tourist in Turkey once, and I said, oh, what brings you here? Because she spoke English, I speak English. And she said, well, honestly, for the hot Turkish men. And I was like, really? Okay. And she's like, yeah, I just want to have fun. And Turkish guys will give you fun if you ask for it. Okay. And I was like, didn't know, okay? So it depends. And if they want a nice, relaxing vacation without a lot of guys hanging around, let them have it, for God's sake.
It does. Who does it hurt? This is the thing.
Who does it hurt? Right.
If you're upset about it, I'll speak it in terms of America, because obviously I don't know the dynamics and everything there, but I assume it's similar considering what she was saying. But considering our society, if you're upset about it, it's refusing to pay attention to our society. Sure, is it exclusionary? Is it keeping men out? Yes, that's the whole damn point. But the reasons behind it, if you just think one more layer past being offended by something like this. There's the Curves gym. I don't know if that's even around anymore. It's women's only gym. You know why? Because I go to LA Fitness, and then when you walk around, you see maybe the women's class, or maybe women on an exercise bike, or whatever women are doing, anything they want in the gym. Without question, you will see men going. I saw a guy standing outside of a window where there was an aerobics class or something. The water fountains were right next to the windows. It's an enclosed room, but it was a whole wall was a window. The guy, no lie, got up from the water, stood at the window like this, and just looked for a good 2 minutes straight. I was like, oh my God, and all the women in there could see him, and it's just uncomfortable. So does our society have a space where maybe women are hounding men when they don't want to be hounded on a wide scale, and then men kind of don't know where they can go? Because by the way, if you're upset about it and you can't go to the women's only hotel, there's tons of other hotels. In fact, every damn other hotel accepts you. You've got plenty of options. So when you're excluded and you have no options, there's the problem. If you're excluded and there's tons of other options, you're good, you're fine.
I mean, it's really interesting that Cenk, you bringing up like it's not actually like legal in this country, although a Supreme Court decision which allows you to like discriminate against gay people like might change that, and we might be back to those times. But it is interesting. It reminds me of the discussion, if you guys remember, when Superwoman came out. It was sort of like dovetailing with the Me Too movement, or maybe some of the Gamergate tail end stuff. And there were like women-only screenings of Superwoman or Wonder Woman. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with these things. Wonder Woman, and everyone was like, the guys were like, oh my God, how dare you? And it's like, no, bro, you could buy a ticket. You're just gonna be surrounded by women looking like an idiot, going like, that's my right. Like you could, like, there's women workspaces, right? It's called The Wing. Yeah, I don't think they can legally turn away a guy, but you're gonna be the one guy in this like workspace for women going like, see, like, I'm proving a point. You're like, oh my God, you know? So do you really wanna be that dude? It is important to mention though, China has this insane skew when it comes to like male-female ratio. It's the most skewed in the world. There's 110 males born for every 100 females as of 2021. So there's more males, and there's about 34 million more men in the country than women. So it's kind of like you might go to a hotel and there's like not just one sad dad with in a baseball cap, sorry, but that's kind of the archetype, you know, at the bar, strikes up a conversation, you're like, I'm cool, guy. There's like 10 sad dads, you know? And you're like, you need to call your wife, okay?
Okay, so I'm gonna back up everything you guys said. Okay, first, I was at a gym, and I was hanging out with this guy, and he starts, to Jared's point, he starts looking at this woman like maniacally, like, and for like, I don't know, 15 seconds or some interminable amount of time. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? And he's like, they want to be looked at. I'm like, do they? Do they? Okay. And so, and whenever you say women only, guys always like catch feelings, right? They're like, there's the guys who constantly suing Hooters. I want to work at Hooters too, do you? Do you? Okay, I have had.
Remember Ladies' Night? We did a bar story from way back.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Like I want Ladies' Night. Do you? Why? Why do you want that? Okay. And then whenever you say, hey, can we just give them like a little area where they can have a little bit of space to breathe, right? Guys are always like, oh yeah, then I want all the CEOs to be only white men. Wait, why? Why are those two things related? They just went on a vacation for like a second. Why does that open the door to every kind of discrimination that you had in your fantasies?
Right.
That existed before, by the way.
Yeah, totally, right? And then finally, look, guys, come on. You know there's a difference between guys and girls, right? And men and women. So women generally don't hound us as much. And I, like I was saying earlier, I wish they did, but they don't, right? And we kind of, we're more aggressors. And sometimes they don't want the aggression. Just give them a little bit of breathing room, for God's sake. It's not too much to ask for. So for the hotelier in China, let her go. Let her go. Let her do. Yeah, let her do whatever she wants. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.